Okay, let's go.
All right, so we're diving into some, well, it might seem kind of dry at first. The EB2-NIW visa, specifically that proposed endeavor thing.
Right.
Now, if you're listening to this, chances are you already know it's a pretty big deal if you're trying to, make the U.S. your home.
Yeah.
But we're going beyond just the basics here, okay? This is about understanding what makes a proposed endeavor really stand out.
Absolutely. And it's more than just ticking boxes, right? You're essentially presenting a vision.
Okay, so paint a picture for us. What are we actually trying to do with this document?
You have to prove that your work will benefit the entire nation. That's the heart of the ED2-NIW. It's about national interest, not just, oh, I want to work in the U.S.
It's not just about you, right? It's about what you bring to the table for everyone.
Exactly.
And what I found really helpful in the stuff we've been looking at is it actually breaks it down. It's like step one, clear and specific goals.
Right. You can't be vague here.
Yeah.
Imagine pitching a business idea. You wouldn't walk in with just hopes and dreams.
Yeah, I just want to make $1 million.
Exactly. You need a focused plan. You need measurable outcomes. That's where those SMART goals come in.
Right, right. Everyone loves a good acronym. But what do they actually mean in this context?
So we're talking specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. Let me give you an example. A weak goal would be something like, I want to improve cancer treatment.
Okay, yeah, very noble, but...
But a strong goal, a SMART goal, would be, I'm developing a new surgical technique to reduce recovery time for cancer patients by 20% within the next 5 years.
See, that's the difference. It's specific, it's measurable, you've got a timeline, there's that wow factor. But then it gets even trickier, right? Because the next part is aligning your work with the national interest. How do you even begin to do that?
And that's where a lot of people get stuck, I think. They might say, my research will improve energy efficiency, which is great.
Yeah.
But they don't connect the dots.
So how do you actually prove that alignment? Saying it is one thing, but...
You need to back it up. Hard evidence. Government reports, industry publications, peer-reviewed research, anything that shows your work is addressing a real need, a national need.
So if I were, say, working on some groundbreaking cybersecurity software, what kind of evidence would I use?
Well, there are tons of reports on the increasing threat of cyber attacks, right? The urgent need for better security measures, protecting critical infrastructure, that's national interest.
It's like building a case piece by piece. You're basically a lawyer for your own future. Okay, so we've got our goals. We've shown how they benefit the nation, but then comes the how. This is the detailed work plan.
Yes, and it's not just a to-do list. This is where you show you've thought through every step of the journey.
Okay, so it's more than just, first I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do that.
Right. Who are you collaborating with? Are there universities, research labs, private companies? What resources are you leveraging?
So if I'm planning to work with, say, a top university in my field, I should specifically mention that.
Absolutely. The USCIS loves to see collaboration, especially with U.S. institutions. It shows you're not just working in a vacuum.
You're plugging into the system, becoming a part of it.
Exactly.
That's a great tip. Okay, so now for the fun part, I think. This is where we get to talk about the potential impact. This is the so what of your work.
Right. This is where you get to dream big, but back it up. How will your endeavor make the U.S. healthier, safer, more prosperous?
This is your chance to really sell it. Don't hold back.
Exactly. No modesty here. We want to see those quantifiable differences you mentioned earlier.
So if my research could lead to a new drug, I shouldn't just say, this could help people. I should talk about how many lives it could potentially save, maybe even how much healthcare costs could be reduced because of it.
Exactly. Back it up with data whenever possible.
Yeah.
Hard numbers are much more persuasive than vague statements.
Okay, numbers speak louder than words. Got it. Finally, there's feasibility. This is where the rubber meets the road.
All right, this is where you prove you're not just all talk. You have the experience, the track record, the skills to actually pull this off.
So this is where, like, all those all-nighters in the lab, all those publications, all those awards really pay off.
Exactly. Awards, grants, publications, collaborations, leadership roles, they all show you're capable of delivering on your promises.
So it's like the material says. Your education, experience, past achievements, they all matter. And I love that there's an example in here about a renewable energy project, right?
Yes, the example focuses on developing new technology to improve solar efficiency.
Okay, so let's break that down.
It's simple, but it covers all the key elements. You've got a clear goal, improve solar efficiency. That ties directly into the national interest, the need for clean energy. There's an applied plan for research and development, and the potential impact is huge. Reduced emissions, job creation, energy independence.
Right, and someone with the right expertise in renewable energy could really nail that feasibility section. But you're right, this is just one example.
Absolutely. Think of it as a blueprint. You're going to take these same principles and apply them to your own unique area of expertise.
It's like, yeah, we've given you the Lego blocks, now go build your own amazing creation. But before you run off and start building, let me leave you with this. As you're crafting your proposed endeavor, think about the long game. What are the ripple effects? How could your work spark even bigger changes down the line?
What kind of legacy do you want to leave? It's not just about getting the visa. It's about making a lasting impact.
That's what it's all about. And on that note, I want to say this might seem overwhelming, but you've got this. We've unpacked the key elements. We've given you real-world examples. And remember, understanding these core principles is a huge step towards crafting a successful application. So go out there, make those ripples, and who knows, you might just change the world.